Well, you've tried dieting, you've worked out, you're frustrated because the pounds won't shed.
Yes, well, there is a non-surgical option that can help you break through those weight loss barriers.
Look at this thing. It's right here.
Yes.
Dr. Tom White is going to explain how this balloon works. He's with Omaha Gastric Bypass. Good
it's
to see
nice
you,
to meet
Thanks
you.
for stopping in this morning.
Nice to meet you.
I'm fascinated by this. I just found out about this recently, and I'm excited to talk about this. What's it called? How does this work with this balloon?
It's called the Orbera Intragastric balloon. Basically just got FDA approval in August of last year. We put in 3 of these so far and have the 4th one scheduled for Friday. So we're the only ones in Omaha that have done this to this point. Basically put it in endoscopically or through a non-surgical procedure. Inflate it to 600 cc's with the fluid, which is basically saline or salt water.
Yeah, not with air. It's filled with saline or salt water.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. Very safe. Here's a little animated video that shows going down with the endoscope. It's rolled up like a little kind of a cigar that's connected to the tube. The saline comes through that tube as the fluid goes into the balloon. Once we have about 600 cc's of saline, the tube just detaches and the balloon stays in the stomach.
And so it makes you feel full.
Correct.
That's the nature of it?
Yep. The early fullness or that feeling of what they call satiety is something that a lot of people never have. So it's almost like if you're eating a big Thanksgiving dinner, you're not feeling like you want to go out and have any more to eat. So we typically recommend just small portion, 3 meals, good healthy choices. And that's part of the program too, is to really educate the patients on what types of foods and how to eat and how much to eat.
Now you're taking it out.
Correct.
You're deflating it, right?
Correct.
How long does the balloon stay in?
The balloon is intended to stay in for 6 months, so you have to come in for a Twilight sleep procedure where we put it down with the scope and take it out with the scope.
Yeah.
But then most patients, do they go home that same day, or is this something where you've got to stay in a hospital or something for a while?
No, all the patients will go home the same day unless there would be a problem, but it'd be very, very unusual to have that happen. 20-minute procedure takes half hour to an hour to get you ready, half hour to an hour to recover, and home the same day.
Wow.
How does it compare to an endoscopy? Because I've had an endoscopy where you take the Twilight and they go in and just to make sure everything's okay.
Exactly
is it very
the same.
similar?
Exactly the same. We do the upper endoscopy to make sure the stomach lining and everything looks good with the esophagus to put it in. And then the endoscope is used to go back in and take it out. So basically just 2 upper endoscopies.
This is one of several options that you offer and that you specialize in.
Correct.
So when somebody comes in and you say, like you're pointing them in this direction, they're a good candidate because?
So this is intended for a lower BMI, which stands for body mass index. So the lower overweight patients. And so typical average height woman of 180 to 240 pounds would be kind of the category that they'd say would be a good candidate for this. It's intended to be a temporary device to allow you to lose 30 to 40% of your excess weight. So 30 to 50 pounds on average, depending on how heavy the patient is.
Yeah, I know there's other procedures out there like a gastric bypass, which have a little more risks. What are the risks associated with this?
Very few risks with this. You can occasionally have some complications with upper endoscopy, but really the safest procedure that we have to offer. And that's why a lot of patients that wouldn't want to go to a lap band or a sleeve gastrectomy or a gastric bypass say, hey, this is maybe a great option for me because I'm overweight, but not as overweight as some of the patients that would have the surgical procedures done.
And FDA approval on this?
Correct. In August of 2015. And so it's just newly approved. So we went and did the training in September of last year and are just now getting the program up and running. And I think it's going to be a great option for a lot of folks that wouldn't want the surgical.
So it's really new. I mean, within the last 6 months. Yeah. How much, since it's new, I mean, how much have you seen in patients in their weight loss? Do you have some evidence of that, or?
Yep. So the first one we put in late November, and she was her starting weight was around 210, 215 pounds, and she's down 30 pounds already.
Wow. Since November?
So, correct.
Her life is changing, Dr. White. I mean, this to me is what it's about. It's not like, okay, I weigh less than I used to weigh, but this is really about the energy and the stamina and the confidence that comes with feeling like yourself again.
Correct, and that's the problem with most medically supervised diets is you don't lose very much weight at all, or once you go off those diets, you'll regain the weight and maybe some bonus pounds. You can still regain your weight after we take this out if you don't adapt the healthy lifestyle choices.
So you're helping people with that, right? What kind of coaching is available so that they understand what's good and what to stay away from? So
we have a dietitian, we have a nurse coordinator, myself, 2 PAs in the office, and we really try to create a comprehensive program to say, okay, these are the healthy food choices as well as lifestyle choices. Getting a little more active. You don't have to go to a fitness center 24/7 and work all the time. It's good to get into some good exercise habits, but also just making good food choices and good exercise choices.
Can you walk us through the process of getting this procedure done? I imagine it starts with a consultation.
Correct.
And then walk us through the steps from the time that this comes out. And then I know it keeps going because you have to adapt to the lifestyle changes.
Right. So basically, we'll see the people in the office, and if they think this is a good procedure and if they meet the different criteria. So the main criteria would be no previous surgical procedures on the stomach. Somebody that may have a small hiatal hernia is okay, but if they have a large hiatal hernia, that would exclude them from being a candidate. So we'll do kind of a pre-screening in the office as well as start the education process. After they have the procedure put in, we'll see those patients back every month in the office to make sure they're still making some good healthy lifestyle choices and see if they need any assistance throughout the course of the
Do you ever go back and look at the placement of the balloon in the stomach through an ultrasound or anything to make sure it's in the same spot, or how does that work?
You can do an x-ray if there's issues. So there's that little spot, the marker is radio opaque, which means you can see it on x-rays.
Yeah.
But unless there's an issue, people don't need to come back in for that.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, the website is omahagastricbypass.com. If this is brand new to you, the way it was to us,
So it's
where
brand
the two
new
of
to-
us,
it's
right?
brand new for everybody
We're like,
almost.
this is amazing, particularly when you think this is not surgical, but it still gets you through some of those barriers that if you're like, man, I've been eating right, I've been trying to exercise, what the heck is going on? I can't lose these initial pounds. But you're serious about it and you're ready to make a change. Give them a call. 2 locations here in the Omaha area, and so look at those addresses. You probably know which one is nearest you to go in for that initial consultation with Dr. White.
Fascinating stuff, Doctor. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Our new website too is Omaha Gastric Balloon.
Okay.
For the specific to the balloon itself.
If you're
Gotcha.
interested in learning just
Omaha
about
Gastric
that.
Balloon.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Yep,
It's
thank you.
great to meet you.
Yeah, thanks a lot for coming.